in order for Juventus to have come away with anything positive, Juventus had to go against Benfica, a team that's undefeated. Juventus had to come away with a win, and clearly we did not get that. Benfica 4, Juventus 3. It's a pathetic performance, in my opinion. It's a performance that the scoreline flatters Juventus because it could have easily been 6-1. It could have easily been 7-1 Benfica. Rafa Silva had a hat trick, essentially. He missed it, but he could have scored 4 goals tonight. He could have scored 5. Juventus were toyed with. And even though we reacted immediately to the first goal, once the penalty was given up by Cuadrado, Juventus didn't look like they were going to come back. This game it looked like it was going to get extremely ugly. And without Iling Jr., it wouldn't have been this score. But Iling Jr. is someone that we should really keep an eye out, because between this game, the game against Empoli, it really looked like he was trying to make a difference. And what is that, 3 assists for him already in the 2 games? I don't know if he got it. I can't remember if he got an assist in Empoli. But I said it before, but it's hard to sometimes talk about this team because you see the same thing. I haven't been talking about the players because I feel as though in the games we've been losing, there is no need to give them credit. In the games that we were losing, the performances were pathetic. And today, I thought Bonucci was horrible. I thought Gatti did not play well. Danilo as well. The whole back line looked lost at times. Kostic was having a good game. He put in a few good crosses, as he does basically every game. At least he's consistent on that. McKennie, I thought, did well, surprisingly, technically. He had some great first touches. He got out of some instances where he was surrounded by 3 Benfica players, and I thought he did well to get out of the situation, but he also got the goal. So McKennie seems to be finding his feet slowly, and I think he excels clearly when he's not a right midfielder, but I still don't think he is the player that can really take this midfield forward. He could definitely give you goals, but we need a little more than that right now. Rabiot was a ghost for the first half. I did not like his performance because in a time where people are going to say, I'm a leader, Rabiot, I'm a leader, you score 2 goals and then you disappear in an important game. So not that much of a leader. Keane, there's no point in rating the players. Juventus had to win the game and they didn't. We haven't even secured the Europa League spot yet. So now I, unlike others, want to go into Europe. I want us to play in the Europa League because I want to look forward to something. I want to try and see some kind of positive come out of this season. I don't want this season to just crash and just burn and just become a pile of shit. I want us to try to salvage something. So I'm not saying we're going to go into the Europa League and win, but I would like for us to make a deep run if possible. I would like to see our youngsters get a chance in a European competition. I would like to see these players being integrated. I would like to see some different ideas. I would like to see Juventus try and secure top 4 at the minimum. I don't want our season to just be over now because we haven't made it in the Champions League. And I know to a lot of Juventini that if it feels like that, but I think it's time for the reality check, and we were not even fit enough for the competition. When you're losing against Maccabi Haifa, do we deserve to be in the competition anymore? No, 100% no. We don't deserve it. So credit to the guys for putting in a performance where they conceded 4 goals and got back 3 of them, and 2 of them were already when the game was dead. But even if Juventus tied the game, nothing would have changed. We still wouldn't have qualified. Good on the players for coming back, but not really. So I don't fucking know. But it's frustrating. This is our new reality, at least for the time being. We are in the rebuild. I just hope that we really focus on the Serie A now. And if we do get into Europa League, I do want us to pay attention to that. But then we have to salvage what we can in Serie A. And we have to get into the top 4 because Inter is also not having the best season. So top 4 is very achievable still. We still have many games to play. Benfica thrashed us, and Benfica was the better team. And when you go against a team that they haven't lost and they put in a performance like that, what are you gonna do? You can only tips your hat to them. You know, congrats to Adrian from Rabona TV. But I expected more from Juventus, and I'm disappointed as usual. I think sometimes I need to just lower my expectation, because it's like we win 2 games and I expect us to keep the ball rolling. I expect us to improve anything. Get a draw. Get a. But we got our face was wiped on the floor. It just looked so bad. It could have been so much worse. And without our youth subs of Miretti, Ealing Jr., Matias Soler, we wouldn't have put back those 2 goals. And I know Ealing Jr., and credit to Milik and McKennie for scoring them, but it was deserved. And it's pathetic that we lost to everyone in our group, and we still have to play PSG. So we could potentially have lost against everyone besides Maccabi Haifa twice. And that's just unheard of. These games almost remind me of when Conte was the coach, and you knew he didn't give a shit about certain games, and it always looked like we weren't gonna win. That's what some of these performances look like, especially today. It's like at first Juventus didn't seem to care, but you know, like, I'm not saying they could have achieved it and they could have won and overturned it and made it in the Champions League, but at least try, man. Like, you don't know. This team is depressing. It's not gonna get easier, and so we can only do what? We can only do one thing. Move forward, right? We can only move forward. We have a game on Saturday that we have to win. Forza Juve.